More often than not, Ork invasions draw the attention of other factions who would otherwise not have the military might or the disregard for casualties like the Orks. They view a greenskin assault as a perfect opportunity to capitalize on the chaotic nature of these Xeno beasts. From genestealer cults who emerge from the Underhive to the chaos cultists that summon demonic incursions fueled by the bloodshed of the Ork infestation. To the Orks, these unexpected threats are a fun opportunity to fight multiple opponents at once, and a guarantee that the lads won't get tired of the same old bloodshed. Such was the case for the infamous warboss Nekkruncha and his invasion of the night world of Tarnis, which is what we're going to talk about today in another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. If you guys are new to the channel, allow me to introduce myself. I am your host, Gershwan. We post Warhammer 40K lore videos every single day. This month we're celebrating Orktober, so I'm trying to create as much Ork content as I can. Some of these videos are going to be shorter, like this one, because the lore for the Warboss Nekkruncha isn't that big, or there isn't that much to talk about, but there are other Ork lore videos that are longer that are going to come later on during the month. So if you could subscribe to the channel, smash the like button like a Gretchen who just discovered a new slugga, and if you guys have any suggestions or want us to talk about a certain topic about the greenskins, just comment down in the comment section below. All of that is really appreciated. But with all that said, let's get into 40 facts on Warboss Nekkruncha. The filthy rich Ork Warboss Nekkruncha was the leader of the Bad Moons clans whose forces invaded the imperial world of Tarnis, the ancestral home of the Imperial Knights of House Drakis and a very important feudal world for the Imperium. A night world like Tarnis seemed like an ideal target for a group of orcs looking for both a good fight and an excellent source of loot in the hopes of starting a new wog. Nekkruncha was already the leader of a large greenskin warband, well supplied with Death Koptas, Death Dreads, Gorkanauts, and Morkanauts, and they even had an abominable Squiggoth. All would be necessary to face down the powers of the feudal world's knights. Nekkruncha himself rode to battle in a Gorkanaut, always ready to show his boys how to give a proper stompin'. Ork Death Dreads collided with the Imperial Knights. In combat, these greenskin walkers were no match for the sacred design of the Questor Imperialis. However, the Orks had numbers on their side. Nekkruncha had been gathering thousands of killicons and death dreads, forming his own personal armada of killer mechs. They overwhelmed the Imperial Knights as buzzsaws and rockets tore into their armor. Church bells rang after the death of one of these holy relics of the Dark Age of technology. It meant years and years of construction and training wiped away by the savage Xenos. Meanwhile, the destruction of a death dread or a Khan was just another casualty for Nekkruncha. If anything, watching his mechs explode was amusing to the warboss. Nekkruncha himself took down at least half a dozen Imperial Knights within the first hour of fighting. His personal Gorkanaut was riddled with lance fire and spilling gallons of fuel all over the battlefield, but it survived the first contact. Nekkruncha quickly ordered his boys to bring him the best trophies left in his wake while his mech boys worked on fixing his rig for the next fight. The next time the Imperial Knights saw the warboss, the butchered remains of the fallen warriors gruesomely decorated his front grille of the Gorkanaut. It appeared as if the giant effigy of the Ork god was chewing on the carcass of the dead pilots. This blasphemy only fueled the Knights in their determination to rid their planet of the Xeno filth. Coincidentally, or due to the fickle will of the ruinous powers, a warband of chaos cultists dedicated to the blood god Khorne attacked Tarnis at the same time that Nekkruncha's orcs were unleashed. They summoned a sorcerous ritual that brought forth the bloodthirster Felfuron. Felfuron was a giant demon with ornately decorated bronze armor. Like any greater demon of Khorne, his entire body was decorated in skulls. The cacophony of the chattering bones hitting each other as he marched down the battlefield sent chills down the spines of both the Xenos and human alike. He carried a massive demonic battle axe forged in the heat of Khorne's realm. The blade alone was the height of a mega-armored knob. Once it entered the battlefield, Felfuron and his demon legions launched themselves at the Imperial defense, and were delighted to find a worthy adversary in the Greenskins. The three factions quickly began to solidify their territories as they prepared for a long and gruesome war. Felfuron took his opportunity to spearhead an assault into the heart of the feudal world's capital. In response to this terrible threat, a detachment of the Dark Angel Space Marine chapter, under the command of Master Tigraine, rushed to aid the beleaguered world. The Astartes arrived too late to assist House Drakis, as that line of nobles had been all but extinguished during the chaos attack on their nightly keep of Fort Drakis. Only one scion of the house remained, taking up the mantle of the Freeblade and dubbing himself Vortigern. The Astartes in the night then embarked on a quest to cleanse Tarnus of the Xenotaint and the Chaos Infestation. Sadly, the remaining Freeblade came to the realization that the culture and people that once existed on Tarnus were no more. Nekkruncha's green tide had enslaved the majority of the human population, and the rest were being tortured by chaos. Nekkruncha even paid for his big mechs to convert all of the captured manufactorums into Stampa factories. His plan was to build an even larger greenskin mech army with all of the looted parts. Nekkruncha would leave this filthy world behind for all of the Umis to fight for it. His obsession with bigger and killier machines has even attracted freebooters and speed freaks from all over the sector. The longer the Imperial forces take to recapture the planet, the more dangerous Nekkruncha's forces become. Sabotaging these Orkish factories has become a top priority for the Space Marines. Even the demonic legions are beginning to worry about the growing Ork threat. Nekkruncha loves killing the pointy and squishy demons. He let every one of his knobs know that the Bloodthirster's skull will decorate his Morkonaut before he's done stripping the entire planet of all of its loot. Nekkruncha has a lot to accomplish before he leaves this planet. And that's the lore on the Warboss Nekkruncha. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys are enjoying Orktober. More lore videos to come. This was a short one because I'm working on a couple of different scripts pertaining to the Orks that are taking me longer than I thought. The Tuska the Demon Killer video is taking me long because I'm actually like kit bashing and creating my own Tuska character or model for the tabletop. And then I have a couple of other Ork scripts that I've been working on. So subscribe to the channel to get those. I really appreciate you guys commenting. I am going to answer a little bit of questions, like some questions from the last 40 Facts video. This is coming from the 40 Facts and Lore on could the Orks control the galaxy. I can't get to everybody because I'm actually running out of time. I have to be conscious of how much I speak right now. But so let's just get into the questions. If you guys have more questions for me, please just comment down in the comment section below. So this is a comment from Turnil. How I would see the Orks conquering the galaxy is by having their gods Gork and Mork fuse into one god called Kork. This is not like the forced fusion that created Gorka Morka in the Age of Sigmar realm, but as a true warrior god whose might will turn the Orks into Krork, becoming the really smart version of the god. These Krorks will then march into the warp and take the fight to the gods of chaos and the hive mind itself. No place in the galaxy or the warp will be left untouched, and there will only be a stalemate when Khorne fights Kork in the never-ending duel, and the other gods of chaos and the hive mind keep the greenskins busy. I call it Woghammer. In the grim darkness of the 45th millennium, there is only Wog. I like that. Gork and Mork manifesting into a chaos god would be awesome. The deity that would form would just be one of, I feel like, pure rage and pure chaos. I don't know if you can make like it would be difficult to distinguish between Khorne and Gork and Mork if he did become, or if they did become a god. But yeah, that's a pretty cool concept, and I like that. I might borrow some of that in the video that I create, where it's like, how would the Orks conquer chaos? So thank you for that. Next, this is a question that comes from J-Day. Is there a war boss who united most of the Orks for a significantly long period of time? Like, who came the closest to a full Ork clan unity? I think it was the leader of the Olenor Empire of the Orks. So that was during the Great Crusade. I forget the dude's name, but he had like some type of like special technology that just made the Orks of that era like bigger, stronger, more badass, just because they fought more and stuff like that. And then you have Godskool Malgork Thraka, obviously, and then you have the Beast. But I don't think the Beast's army was like crazy big, not in the sense of like Godskool has Armageddon and then he also has the Octarian sector. The Beast just had teleporter technology, and like he actually made it to Terra and all that kind of stuff, so, or to the Sol System and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, those were the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk tomorrow about more Ork lore, and I hope you guys had fun. This is Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first.